Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday edition of the what is this? The Friday night pajama party. How about that?
You got it.
I'm one of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
I'm Swag, darling. How's everybody on a chilly Friday night in the DMV?
Pretty good. It's cold out there. I'm chilling. It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
I'm trying to be polite with it, but yeah, you're right. It is bone-chilling cold.
Yeah, you stay out there long enough, you will get frostbite.
Sure. Ooh, how you doing, Ketel?
Can't complain. How about yourself? How about you, Papa?
Doing okay. I was a little chilly myself waiting on some public transportation earlier. I didn't know whether to take off my headphones and pull my hat down over my ears or continue to listen to my music. What do you think?
I think I'd have sacrificed that music. It's cold out there. Just sing to myself, but that's just me. I can't take the cold like that.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, you're right about that.
No,
well, happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Hey.
Shortest month of the year.
February got back around. Time to celebrate the blackness.
Keep on.
Yeah, it is. You celebrating, Ketel?
Yes, I am. Yep, I've already started. I got my cocktail. Bourbon
All
cocktail. Right. And chilling.
Stir my ice and celebrate. Happy Black History. Woo! All right, Poppa DD, what you going to kick us off with tonight? Let's get it going.
Let's talk about that guy, what's his name, George Santos, the congressman out in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you know, how this man got in office with all those lies and all those everything, it's just so, I can't, it reminds me of the movie Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy. How he went from being a criminal to running for Congress, you know, and he went around and talked to the ladies, I forget what the senior citizens lady was called. I think they were called the Golden something.
Yeah, the Golden
they had a
something.
nickname.
Silver
He
something.
went Silver Foxes. Mm-hmm. And he went around to did everything to get up in there, you know. And it just, you know, but that was very fictional. But this man is living a real life situation where, and then they act like they can't get rid of him. But how do you not get rid of somebody that lied and was deceptive the whole time to be a congressperson now? I mean, where are the rules of the game? But see, they're so worried about having that Republican vote in Congress that they don't want to budge on it. And then this is two questions I'm going to throw around the table tonight. And the second part of that is, not only do they want to keep that Republican vote in Congress, but how is it that the Republicans are trying to change the voting laws so much that they just want to win every election and dispute it if they lose? Doesn't that seem like where things are going? We're changing this, we're changing that, we're changing, because what they're saying is that we got to win every time. You know? That's how Trump feels. I can't, if I lose, it's rigged. Now, how the hell are we going to ever live like, how are we going to ever get voting back to normal if people can't, when they lose, just go and sit down? You lost. What happens in golf matches and the Super Bowl next week, right? Either Kansas City's going to win or the Eagles are going to win. Because they'll play all the way till it's over. It could be 4 o'clock in the morning. There's no tie in this game. There's no, after the first overtime, sudden death overtime, then a tie. That don't happen in the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying all that to say, but the questions I want to kick around is, what do you think about this guy, Santos, just walking in on a bare-faced lie about everything? Everything from family to background to education, everything you stand for in life. Now, if you lied about everything you did, then what the hell did you really do? Okay, that's the question. And the second question is, why do Republicans feel like they got to win every time or bitch and complain?
Well,
what do you think about that?
I can respond to the first question.
Respond to both of them.
The first question of Santos.
Mm-hmm.
The man, he's being investigated already. Now they're investigating him over his finances because he did some stuff with a GoFundMe account that had to do with somebody's disabled vet, the dog or something. The man, I think it was a disabled vet, and his dog was in need of a lot of medical attention. A GoFundMe was started supposedly by George Santos Foundation for something, but the man says he never got the money. All money, whatever money was raised, he was thinking, okay, good, I'll be able to get my dog the operation or whatever, and he never got this money. Subsequently, the dog died. So when he put that out there about Santos, then of course Santos had some lie for that, but the records and all are there. So there's an investigation for that. So to answer the question, I think that there should be a way, just like they can impeach a president, why can't you impeach a congressperson? So my answer to the question is a question. Why can't they just impeach him? Is that not something that you can do? And if it isn't, it ought to be.
Remember I said they're going to lose that vote, though.
Well, they should have thought of that right from the beginning when all of the lies started to surface. But they kept just digging deeper and deeper in with him. You can always have a special election because that's what they do. In the event a congressperson passes away while in office, they hold a special election to fill the job. So that's my response to that. And as for why they can't admit when they lose, it's because they're a bunch of big babies. And because they saw their boy Trump play that game, now everybody wants to jump on that wagon.
Yeah, everybody's...
What you think, Ketel?
I'm sorry, but I'm just not fascinated with this guy. Him lying all the time. Why not let's just go past him? Donald Trump, I didn't pay no attention to him either. Shit, they just in the way. That's how I feel. They just insignificant. You won't continue to lie about everything about yourself. Apparently, you created this facade or this other person for a reason. You didn't like yourself in the beginning. Your past self. I'd rather somebody be open and honest about who you are, and I can gravitate to that. If you gay, straight, or whatever, or maybe you were alcoholic and you recovered something. Give me something that I could grab to, but continuous lying. You say one lie, it won't catch up. And keep rolling like a snowball.
Yeah, he done told a bunch of lies.
Yeah, but they just got rid of what's the woman's name? I just heard that news not too long ago. They just got rid of her, the young lady with the oh boy, it'll come to me. The Congresswoman, they got rid of her.
They got rid of her?
They ousted her out.
Oh, okay. We'll find out who that is.
Yeah, I will.
I didn't hear that one, but now I want to know. Okay.
Right. So that's my opinion on that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's, I just feel like if people are just straight up lying, we know politicians have a propensity to lie, but when you lie like this, something's wrong. It's something just wrong. This man lies like every time he opens his mouth. He got another lie coming out.
Yeah, he had a past boyfriend of his that said they broke up because he was a pathological liar.
Mhm.
He's sick, really. You can tell by his whole look that he's just sick. He's got that cartoon-looking face where he thinks that once he clean shaves and put on his little wireframe glasses, it makes him look intelligent. But, you know, he's nothing. Give him 3 days in a hole by himself and let some of that hair grow on his face and let all that old nasty shit come back.
Mhm.
Take a look at him then about 4 days later without shaving.
He's a hot mess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and did we beat that or not?
Yeah, we beat it up enough.
Okay. Let's go on to the rundown. Ketel, you ready?
I guess. I was looking to see who was
right.
ousted out recently.
Oh,
yeah,
did you find out?
No, I didn't. I'll bring
All right.
it up later. All right.
Okay, then. All right, go for it.
All right. Our in focus tonight is Massachusetts bill allows inmates to swap organs for less prison time. Also, you sure that's not a weird news? Anyway, okay. New Jersey councilwoman was shot dead in her car. And also Tyree Nichols' lethal encounter with Memphis police update. Our cocktail of the week, what's popping with Poppa DD? Of course, we're going to lighten it up with our weird news. Zookeepers say they've solved the pregnant gibbon mystery. Also, retired woman puts up warning sign outside home. And burglar breaks into a Seattle home and takes baths with all his clothes on. I'm just saying with Redwine, the courts are tripping. Living for the City with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap up, the Kiss It list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with In Focus.
So I was looking over the Cocktail of the Week archives, and we've had so many really great drinks over the past year and a half.
We've had our original signature drink called the Pajama Party and a game changer, and of course we have the last word.
I like the Revolution. It was Hennessy, lemon and lime juice, agave juice, and bitters with jalapeno slices.
Woo-wee! I like that Crown Royal Flush with the Crown Royal, peach schnapps, and cranberry juice.
Oh yeah. And one of my favorites was the what's it called? The Dutch Mule. Yeah, the Dutch Mule with the Ketel orange vodka, lime juice, and ginger beer.
There are so many to choose from on the apajamaparty.com website.
So check out the Cocktail of the Week archives to get the recipes.
And you can find out how to make the cocktail of the week and sip along with us.
Are there instructions there too?
Sure they are, along with pictures of the drink so you know exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So what's that y'all got in your glass?
This is a boomerang.
Well, I got a Kinky Reed over here.
And I got the aviator.
Get the recipes at www.apajamaparty.com and click on Cocktail of the Week. Cheers!
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Oh, darling. All right, let's go in focus. Let's get it. Ketel, you're up first. What are you focused on tonight?
I want to just mention the woman's name, Ilhan Omar. She was ousted from a key committee. That's what it was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the committees that she really has passion for, you know.
Oh, wasn't it the Foreign Affairs?
Yeah, Foreign.
I think it was Foreign Affairs or something like that.
Yeah, she was really pissed about that.
Okay, that's what it was. She wasn't ousted out completely, just the committee.
Yeah, they can't get rid of that.
Okay.
No, they can't do that.
They can't get rid of your boy that easily, so ain't no way.
I was going to say, if they could get rid of her, they should have got rid of Santos. But anyway.
I know that's right.
What's your, Margie, a whole bunch of them. What's your in focus tonight?
Massachusetts bill allows inmates to swap organs for less prison time. I've never heard of this, but it sounds crazy.
Wow.
Ethics experts say it's imperative. A new bill proposed in Massachusetts would allow incarcerated individuals the option of donating their organs or bone marrow in exchange for reduction in their sentences. The bill's author believes the move will expand the state's pool of donors and restore bodily anatomy to inmates. But ethics experts say it's potentially exploitative and may also be illegal. Explorative, I'm sorry. The bill HD 3822, which would establish a bone marrow and organ donation program, was introduced late last month by Representative Carlos Gonzalez and Judith Garcia, both Democrats. It goes on to say, if successful, it would allow those incarcerated in Massachusetts Department of Correction to get their sentence reduced anywhere between 60 days and 12 months. Wow. In exchange for their bodily offering, liver or kidney, among other vital body parts. Wow. Proponents of the bill say the program could be a game changer by helping to close the gap of roughly 4,000 Massachusetts residents waiting for organ donors in a region that remains without an adequate pathway to facilitate such a transaction. They should just go to another state and try to get their organ. I mean, that's crazy. All I say is some crazy white folks. Massachusetts, hey, they figure majority black folks, so we're trying to help these white folks up here get some organs. That's just my take on it. But,
exactly.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I mean, I think it's fine if you want to give people an option and say, you know, if you want to do this, but to say, hey, if you do it, you can get a reduced prison sentence. Like, what kind of stuff is that?
Did you hear the time of reduction?
Yeah, that was
60 days
like
to 12 months.
money.
So you might be
days
doing
to
20 years.
Yeah.
Man, are you serious?
Yeah.
You're going to give up an organ to get that little bit of time off?
A year off, and I gave you my kidney.
Man, I mean, if you're going to go with a crazy program, it should be donate an organ, get out of jail now.
Yeah, but you know,
like
Ketel, you're definitely right on that racial makeup of that, because you know Massachusetts is lily white, and I think most of these donations of organ is based on blood type and stuff like that. I really don't think, in the majority of cases, the color has anything to do with it. You know. You know, I mean, I don't know what it's going to, the attitude or the personality based on the race, but that's
a wild.
That's very
stuff.
Mormon. I mean, that's going to get gross after a while. That's going to get completely reckless, because they're going to be, after a while, it's going to go to the highest bidder. I don't think anything's going to be casual. Once they got livers and kidneys and whatever they can donate, as far as people being alive, that's going to be, you know, the price is going to go, you know, supply and demand. So it's not going to be so tamed. You know what I mean? It may be tamed in the beginning, but the hustle's always in, you know?
Always.
Somebody always comes in with the new hustle. I know some people in suburban Massachusetts are willing to pay $50,000 for their child's, you know, liver transplant, blah, 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 blah. And there you go. The person in Boston then got, you know.
But my question is, how are they planning to deal with the ongoing medical needs of these donors?
That's a good question.
Because sometimes you got issues after you make these types of donations. They barely can get half decent medical care now. You start cutting on people, taking organs, and now when these guys or these women, if it's women involved too, if the people then end up needing, you know, some kind of medical attention as a result of it, is the state going to pony up for that? You know, I think they really haven't thought this through. Because this is some crazy Dr. Frankenstein stuff.
Yeah, but the guy, Daniel Allen, he's the director of the ethics and former Massachusetts governor candidate. He says organ donation needs to be purely voluntarily. So it shouldn't be put into law like you guys were saying. If you want a reduction in your sentence, these are the options that you have. But if not, then, you have to stay, wait it out. But, I mean, know what? If they start this in Massachusetts, it may start trickling down to other states and say, oh, hey, sounds like a good idea. I mean, I wonder, is this a large number of people among the other states? Is Massachusetts the largest number of people that are waiting for organs? I don't think so. But this is their solution, I guess. This is one way. But, interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. So if you see Bill HD 3822, say no to it. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, for real. And put that guy, those two people on the kiss it list. Those two Congress people, senator, whatever they are, Carlos, somebody, Gonzalez, and whoever the other one. Put them on the kiss it list for even coming up with that bull crap.
Sure will.
All right.
Judith Garcia. Mm-hmm.
All right, Poppa DD, you're up next. What's your in focus?
Let's see. My in focus is this councilwoman from New Jersey that was shot the other day. Young woman too, 30 years old. She was a New Jersey congresswoman, shot dead outside of her home on Wednesday, and the FBI now investigating it. Now, they found this lady. Her name is. It sounds like it has an African descent. It's Eunice de Wamford. Eunice de Wamford. She's a 30-year-old Republican member of the Sayreville. Sayreville is another, county in New Jersey. Sayreville Borough Council. She's on the council of, Sayreville, which is a township like any place else. And she was in her white Nissan SUV. She had several gunshot wounds close to her townhouse just before 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. She was pronounced dead at the scene. As a matter of fact, the car must have still been in neutral when she got shot, or in drive, because once she got shot, the car rolled down the hill from where she lived and ran into another car, so it must have still been in drive. The neighbors told the local CBS news station that they heard two sets of 4 loud gunshots. So apparently she was shot like 8 times. Wow. After she was shot, her vehicle rolled down the hill before crashing into parked cars, where her body slumped over the wheel. Now, they've been saying, council person, Republican, and all this jazz, but nobody knows what the motive was of this, or who killed her, whether it was boyfriend, jealousy, whatever. It seemed like they're just putting a political swing on it right now, and I think they need to back off of that and just go into the fact that this woman was murdered. Take the whole Republican, and she was a black woman, and so they look outside and they saw somebody running into the woods, which led to the parkway, the Garden State Parkway. That's a parkway that goes, just like up in the DMV area, they got the Beltway. In New Jersey, they got the parkway up there, and that goes all the way from beginning to end. It starts way up top, around, way up there. Runs all through the top of northern Jersey, and it stops at Cape May. Cape May is the bottom of New Jersey before you cross over the river to go into Delaware, and that's all past Atlantic City and all that stuff. That's the parkway. So we're heading toward the parkway. So a resident told Fox News Digital that police arrived at the scene like minutes after, and they saw when they saw the young lady slumped over, they had to break into the car because the car was still locked. So obviously it was in drive, and a lot of these cars, as long as you're in drive, your doors is locked automatically. Oh. And witnesses also said they saw a person wearing a hoodie run between 2 buildings and then jump over a fence. Like I said, it led to the parkway, which is a highway. So the police in Sayreville, which is a town in what's called in New Jersey Middlesex County, with around 45,000 residents, they searched the wooded area near the quiet complex where this young lady was living, as well as the Garden State Parkway nearby. The state police combed the Garden State Parkway, but they found nobody. So during the Thursday press conference, New Jersey governor, this gentleman's name is Phil Murphy, he's the governor of New Jersey, he said that he couldn't remember the last time elected officials in the state who were shot and killed, and he called the young lady's death a shocking development. So the Middlesex County prosecutor, her name is Yolanda Calhoun, who was working with the Sayreville police to investigate, told ABC News the councilwoman's political views do not yet appear to be a motive in the slaying. That's what I was saying. They need to back off that and point at something else. And she was a wife and a mother of a 12-year-old daughter. So there you go. So that's a very sad situation that happened up in New Jersey, right outside her house. I don't know what that was about. I don't know. Hopefully it'll shine some light. You know, we'll keep an eye on that story and let you know of any more developments of it. But this just happened on Wednesday night, a couple nights ago.
That's so sad.
Shot 8 times in the parking lot of her townhouse, and she was a city council member of the Sayreville City Council in New Jersey.
I hope they find the culprit. All this shooting, this stuff has got to stop. There is way too many violent crimes involving guns going on. And that woman sounds like she wasn't bothering anybody. She was just going wherever she was going, or either coming, whichever way she was going or coming. And you get shot in your car like that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was she targeted?
It doesn't say. The investigation is still open. All they do is all they have her is, going down the hill after she was shot, and they had to break the window. So it's so ironic. How did he shoot her with the car running, and then the cops got to break the window to get inside? So where'd the bullets come from? Through the windshield or something? Or
Might have gone through the car itself.
Oh, yeah, could have, yeah. Yeah, true that. Wow. So sorry to hear that. And she left behind a 12-year-old daughter?
Yeah, and her husband.
Yeah, she was married to her.
Okay, sorry to hear about that one. Well, in other sad news, I've got an update on the Tyree Nichols lethal encounter with the Memphis police. As everybody knows, Tyree Nichols was a 29-year-old black man that was beaten by the police in Memphis. And there was, they said that the beating took place for roughly 3 minutes on the evening of January 7, where he was stopped initially for what the police said was reckless driving. And then that stop escalated into a violent confrontation that ended in Mr. Nichols being hospitalized in critical condition. And unfortunately, he died 3 days later. So the 5 black officers that were involved have all been fired. They were charged last week with various felonies, including second-degree murder, which can carry, I believe, up to 20 years in jail and a $50,000 fine. 2 other Memphis police officers and 2 sheriff's deputies have also been taken out of duty, and 3 fire department employees have also been fired. So that's a new development this week. If you didn't see it live, Mr. Nichols' funeral was on this past Wednesday at the Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church in Memphis. Reverend Al Sharpton delivered the eulogy, and there were a variety of different people who spoke. Service was really beautiful. Vice President Harris was there. Let's see what else. Oh, the 5 officers, I'll just use their last names, Bean, Haley, Martin III, Desmond Mills Jr., and Justin Smith, have all been charged, as I said, with multiple felonies. And the felonies include second-degree murder, aggravated assault, aggravated kidnapping, official misconduct, and official oppression. I've never heard that one before, official oppression. The charges followed an internal investigation by the Memphis Police Department, and they determined that these officers used excessive force and failed to intervene or provide help. I guess after they finished beating the brother down, they didn't do anything to help or render any, medical attention. Now, these officers all joined the department ranging between 2017 and 2020. On this past Monday of this week, the Memphis Police Department confirmed that there was a sixth officer, Preston Hemphill, who was a white officer, who was also put on leave the same day that the other officers, the other 5, were suspended. It says that he was never present at the scene of the beating, according to Hemphill's lawyer. Apparently, when they were stopping him for the traffic situation, and they claim it was a confrontation, Hemphill used a taser, but then when Tyree Nichols allegedly ran, that's when the other 5 cops ran after him and caught him and beat him. So Hemphill's lawyer was saying he didn't have anything to do with the beating. He was not, part of that. But in a new development that just broke this evening, maybe about 2 or 3 hours ago, Hemphill has now been fired. So at first, nobody was saying anything. And Attorney Benjamin Crump was saying, it's interesting how Hemphill's name got left out of this whole thing up until, today. No other time did we hear there was a white officer involved. All we got was the 5 black officers, right? How interesting. Now we find out, there was another person there. And he just happened to be white. But he wasn't there for the beating. He only was there for the tasing. But anyway, Hemphill has now been fired too. And there was a 7th officer who was also suspended the same day the other 5, but they didn't release any details about that person. So as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff going on with this. There's also some background information. Years before this whole thing happened, the ex-officer now, Demetrius Haley, was on the scene of another brutal incident where a woman got ripped from her car by a fellow officer who didn't approve of her laughing at him, according to a police disciplinary record. Now, this went back to February 21 of last year. It said that Haley assisted 3 other Memphis officers in a shooting investigation. One of the 4 officers approached Khadijah Towns, who was running into a Walgreens to get a Redbox movie to watch with her aunt. The officer asked Towns if she had seen or heard a shooting, and the woman said she had not. And that's what Towns reported to his department. After Towns returned to his car, to the car where her aunt had been waiting, another officer, Alexis Brown, approached again, this time demanding that she get out the car and give up her ID. And he says, y'all over here laughing, I need to see ID, according to the complaint. Then he said, as a matter of fact, get out the car. Towns says she refused to get out the car because she knew she hadn't done anything, but that the Officer Brown reached through the window, unlocked the door, and pulled her out the car. And then Haley assisted in putting Towns in handcuffs and placed her in the cruiser. And then he later told the department investigators that he didn't know why she was being arrested. Now, the other officer had already said, y'all over here laughing, I'm going to need to see your ID, get out the car, all of that. He was right there. But he didn't, put in all the information in the record. And this woman's complaint was that it has never been illegal to laugh. So how did I end up getting thrown into a cruiser? Because I was laughing. But, that's just the kind of stuff that's been going on. There were other complaints against some of these officers that were involved. So that's the latest on that. It's still messy. It's still ongoing. But it's not going to bring that brother back no matter what they do. But I'm waiting to see the lawsuit. They're right now they're just dealing with who got fired, who's going to jail for it, who's going to, do time for the murder of Tyree Nichols. But I think once they get beyond that, the lawsuit is coming.
Yeah, they're going to get paid for sure, but that's not even the point or the issue. But you know what? All I can say, with the grace of God, I am just so glad that those cops are off the streets, because based on their behavior, they only got stopped because they got caught.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure those guys was Shanghaiing go-go bars, clubs, you know what I mean? They was shaking down every place they could shake down. Owners paying them for protection, stores. They were some crooked-ass cops, you know? They were just crooked, straight crooked. And then they just thought that every day they got up and put their uniform on, they had the right to whoop somebody's ass just because they wanted to.
Well, they were hiding behind their badge. Oh, there was one other development. The Omega Psi Phi fraternity has revoked the membership of 3 of those officers who were, members.
Members of the fraternity.
Yeah, members of the fraternity of Omega Psi Phi. Omega Psi Phi said, we don't need that kind of blood in our organization.
I told you, they were vicious, period. Every day they put their uniform on, and they weren't hiding behind the uniform. Shit, the uniform was on. So they were just putting it right up front. But then when they was in this little scorpion thing, they thought that was just a protector for them to be badasses. And, which goes to say that as long as you have black skin, you can't be but so bad. I used to relay that in some respect as much as I could to a supervisor I had on my job at one time. This man was walking around like his shit didn't stink because he was a superintendent. But I would tell him sometime and jokingly talking, saying, bruh, when we leave out this parking lot to get off work, if you hit me with your car by accident, as a car accident in the parking lot, I'm going to sue the shit out of you. I don't give a fuck whether you're my boss or not, because now we're out among society. So you can stop acting like, you're my boss all day, every day, all times, every time. Sometimes your boss see you in the parking lot in the morning. All right, Judy. All right. Oh, that's my boss. He ain't your boss until you step foot in that goddamn building. As long as you're outside that building, he ain't supervising shit, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how But anyway, getting off the tangent of that, them people them guys were just badasses every day, they thought.
Right.
And now, look at them on their mug shots. They look as scared as hell. And I know as black men, they are scared to fuck to death. I'm sure that loved ones, girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever they did, whatever they into, people are falling off from them like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mothers, fathers, what the hell were you thinking? What were you, what, why'd y'all beat that boy like that? No, Mom, it wasn't like that. It was, okay, because they're young. They're only,
Yeah.
They all got black hair.
Like I said, they all joined the force between 2017 and 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They ain't been there. They all 6-7 years in.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and how you gonna be a badass?
Prove themselves. But
how you gonna be a badass?
Trying to prove themselves.
Yeah, but you can't prove. You can't prove yourself unless you got another generation over top of you. Where's the next generation at? If you ain't got but 6 years, where's the 13, 14-year people?
I don't know.
We're missing
they
groups here.
They probably were there, but they probably had no respect for them. They probably thought they were punk. And they thought like they were
that's
bad.
right. That's something. I think that's a better entry than trying to prove yourself. They came in thinking they would, and we all knew people on the job in our collective careers that as soon as they come there, they think they run the joint, whether they're boss or not. And you're like, wait a minute, damn, Judy, you need to be cool, because if I could I come from there, I'm from there.
But most of the time they don't know shit. They think they know it, but they don't know a damn thing, nothing.
Yeah.
So I guess this is their way, the violence way, I guess, to make people see who they were. Maybe they just wanted to be seen.
That was my question. For all them to be in the 6-year percentile, my question is, where was the next level You know, because even on a job, you got three different. You got the old head.
Who was around to put them in check?
Who supervised them who taught them from the beginning? The ones of 15, 20 years or 13, 14 years. Where's that group? That group's missing. Anyway.
Oh, and one other thing I forgot to add, and that was also new information. That Scorpion group or whatever they called it, what do they call it? Not a subdivision, but whatever they called that group, the Scorpion that they were all part of. Memphis police have shut that down.
Yeah, they said
Scorpion.
Yeah, they've been shut that down.
Yeah, they said that early on.
Oh, okay. I didn't mention it before. So, all righty.
Crazy. But I just want to add, there was some big wigs there. Al Sharpton and Kamala Harris. She said her thing. I saw her speech on YouTube. She had to say what she needed to say, and she said Joe Biden will pass the bill, not President Biden, Joe Biden. She said he will pass that bill, the George Floyd bill. So we shall see.
Yeah, well,
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Kamala's one heartbeat away from the presidency. You know what I mean?
Well,
yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
Mm-hmm.
It is. They don't like her either, but guess what? She's gonna be here to stay. Mm-hmm. All right, you ready for a cocktail, or you want to take a break?
I am. I think I need one. What you got for us this week? It's the cocktail of the week with Ketel. Cocktail of the week. Week. What you got, Ketel?
All right. This one is called the Morning Glory. It's a classic cocktail with attitude. This recipe is adapted from the 1887 edition of Jerry Thomas' Bartender's Guide. And interesting. All right, so we're going to check it out. What we got here? 1 ounce of rye whiskey, 1 ounce of your favorite cognac, or 1.5 ounces if you want to punch it up a little bit, 1 teaspoon of orange liqueur, 1 dash of bitters, 1 teaspoon of simple syrup, 2 dashes of aromatic bitters, 1 to 2 ounces of club soda to taste, and lemon twist for the garnish. All right, so we're going to gather these ingredients into a mixing glass, fill with ice, pour the rye whiskey, the cognac, everything together, stir well for at least 30 seconds, strain into a chilled old-fashioned glass, fill with fresh ice, and of course top it off with the club soda to taste, and your twist of lemon peel for the garnish.
Ooh.
Sounds pretty good?
That sounds really good. That's the Morning Glory?
Yeah, so if you have a hangover, you drink one of those. It'll get you back to where you got to be.
I like it. All right, thank you, Ketel, for the cocktail of the week, the Morning Glory.
You're welcome.
And the cocktail of the week is brought to you by Ketel and our parent company, DC Homegrown Entertainment.com. Woo. All righty. We are going to take a commercial break. Or you know what? Let's do a Black History break. And then we'll be back with Poppa DD and What's Poppin'.
You so black. You so black. When you smile, the stars come out. You so black. When you born, the God come out. Black is night. Black when it's wrong and black when it's right. Black is pyramids and mathematics. Black is melanized and magic. Black is televised and in need of drastic black advancement. Black enhances, black with chances, black with privilege, black with pride, black on purpose on the black hand side, black and beautiful, black and blessed and highly favored, praise the Lord, black and blessed, black and so much more, black and nothing less, black and educated, black is brilliant. Black is strong, black is resilient, black is song, black is infinite, like hip-hop or faith. Black is grace, black is love, black makes babies, black babies grow up, black is not something we get to choose, but it is something we get to cherish. It's something we get to wear, and we get to rock this with honor. I'm black like my granddaddy and my great-great-great-great-grandma. Black is that lift every voice and sing. Black is that letting your freedom ring and resound. Black is adjective, adverb, color, and noun. You so black. Oh, you so black. When you smile, the stars come out. Baby, you so black. When you're born, the gods come out.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Ooh, bonsoir, darling. You just heard You So Black by, what is her name? The Songbird, Teresa. Teresa the Songbird. Thank you, Sister Teresa the Songbird. You So Black. I love it. Ooh, in the celebration of Black History Month. Thank you, Miss Teresa Songbird. And Poppa DD. I will pose the question to you. What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? So much going on today. I just want to revisit something that I spoke about a couple weeks ago. You know, about when I say young people, it shouldn't be taken in a pinpointed matter. It shouldn't be taken for any particular group. It should be taken for people that got some young age on their side. You know what I mean? And you know, as the saying goes, they say youth is a beautiful thing. It's a shame it's wasted on the young. You know, so to be the opposite of that, I think a lot of people that have youth and that are a young nature. I mean, you know who you are, what group you're in. You know, people in the you can go into the military up until you're 35 years old. That's the cutoff of the military. Now, let's say anybody 35 and younger. Let's just say that, for example, because I guess after 35, you should be establishing something, whatever it is, as long as it's doing stuff, making money, paying your bills, living your life, and, you know, building up for the future. But anybody of a younger age than that haven't chose any strong visions of what to do next, you need to really get on your hustle, you know? You really do. And when I say get on your hustle, I mean to be residual, you know? Be unique. Don't be bashful. You know, everything is not done such a traditional way. You know, I think the one thing that scares a lot of young people, and not so much scares them, but the whole thing of resumes and all that, you know, that's something you should sit down and put together one time, you know, and then you just add to it. That's what a resume is supposed to be done. It's supposed to be added to. When other stuff happen in your life and other situations, then they have different areas of where you can, once your resume becomes a real story, then it's where you really can put it together.
Mm-hmm.
You can, once you put that resume in perspective, right? Just look at your life. You're not that old, first of all. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't done but so much. And you may have done something in the same place for a while. You figure if you're 35 years old, between 30 and 35, you know, you've been out of school how long? You know, you came out at 18 and 10 is 28. You know, you've been out of school like 15 years, you know? Think about it. 15 years already out of high school. You know? You done double-digit something. But if you're still underemployed at being out of high school for 15 years, that's an issue. You know? That's something you need to lock on to. And when I say underemployed, I mean at the youthful age that you are, 35 or younger, let's say. And let's just say people older that got a 35-year-old mind. Because even people 45 and think, they think like a damn 30-year-old. Anyway, you got to get out there and do your thing. People say work 2 jobs. You got people back in the day that work 2 jobs normally, single women, single parenting, raising children, working 2 jobs. That working the 2-job thing was almost the norm sometimes for a lot of single parents. And now you got young people today that's got the youth behind them. Then you got some of the young people that have no children. And they're still lazy as hell. So it's getting to the question, like, what is your excuse? And then it's not just the resume that you need. There's all kinds of stuff. Man, I tell you, if I see one more help wanted sign out there, I'm just going to scream. They're everywhere. They're literally everywhere. I mean, pick something that you want to do or something that you can do, but every job may not pay what you want. That's why when you go there and the job needs you, you tell them what time you can give up for them. I can work Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 10 to 5, if that's what you want to give them, And you got to be firm on what it is that you can do. Because if they can fill at least that slot, then they're happy with that. They got you Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. That means you can sleep in for a little bit, And then you find you a night job, let's say at Walmart, stocking shelves from, say, midnight to 8. Now you're working 10 to 5, then you're off until midnight because you got to get some time in between to get some sleep and handle some shit. And that's a 2-job move right there. Let's say you're working at Lowe's in the morning and Walmart in the evening. And one ain't got no shit about the other. As long as you give them what you say you can give them, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 10 to 5, even Thursday. And then whatever you're going to get at night shift, whether you work at the post office or whatever at night. But at 30-something years old, you have the energy to do this. And whatever you're doing school-wise, whatever, that's your choice and all that. But a lot of places ain't looking for that degree no more. That degree is not becoming a requirement. They're knocking that out the box big time. Read up on it. A lot of places, a lot of your major corporations and things like that, they're not chasing after you having a degree anymore. So they're saying, shit, by the time we get done with it, because everybody come out of college ain't the, smartest cookie. Your GPS grade ain't at the bottom of your damn degree. So nobody knew what the hell you did in college. You could have been smoking and coking and dancing and partying and bullshit. But you got a degree on the wall, so it says, I'm a graduate. And run with that, But in closing, I just want to say, people in their mid-30s and stuff like that, please, get on your hustle. With fun. Not with, have a good time with it. Because you're going to talk about this shit 10 years later. Oh, yeah, I worked over here and worked over there. Because you can't get a better job till you got a job. One job leads to another job. That's how it works. People say, where you work? Oh, yeah, I work at such and such. And now, okay, well, we can use it over here. Because they know you working somewhere. Somebody trusted your ass. Now somebody else is willing to give you a chance. But anyway, just take that in consideration. I'm out.
Right. So what you saying? Get a job. Do something.
Jobs are out there. It's not about get a job like it used to be. Every place I go, I see help wanted on every goddamn thing.
Okay.
Anyway.
I hear you. All right, Ketel. It's that time.
Is that time? What's that time is that?
Time to lighten it up.
Lighten it up? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Come on with it. You got the
lighten
first
it
one.
Up. Poppa DD coming down on folks, saying these young folks need to get it together. They out here wilding.
Just to keep the cycle going, not because of them. They want to be lazy as hell. That's their business.
Okay.
But the cycle got to keep going.
Got to keep it going.
The hourglass got to keep.
The circle of life.
And the hourglass needs sand. Can't let that hourglass dry up.
All right.
Anyway.
We're going to go get weird with it. I got the first one. This is out of southern Japan. Zookeepers say that they have finally solved the pregnant gibbon mystery. For 2 years, a zoo in southern Japan has been puzzled by a mystery. How did Momo, the gibbon, who's been kept alone in her cage, get pregnant? They've been trying to figure that out for 2 years. This 12-year-old white-handed gibbon, that's a type of a primate, she lived by herself and was never joined by a companion. Poor Momo, she's been in there by herself 12 years. Some of her neighbors are males, but their cages are separated by sturdy bars and jagged chicken wire fencing. So it was inconceivable to the zookeepers that they could have possibly made it through the 2 layers of barriers. But yet, Momo gave birth in 2021 to a yet unnamed male gibbon with the black hair and the white fur trim around their face. But with the help of DNA tests, because that's how bad they wanted to know, how did Momo get pregnant? They did DNA tests. The zookeepers in Nagasaki perfected how to identify who's the father. They wanted to know who is the father of Momo's baby. And they say they finally figured out how the 8 parents met. After analyzing the DNA and the stool samples and hair samples collected from Momo, her child, and 4 potential fathers, the Kushima Zoo and Botanical Garden on Tuesday announced the identity of the father, and it was Ito. Ito, you are the father. A 34-year-old agile gibbon. Well, these things live for a long time, don't they? He's the scientists and all at the zoo said, we think it's very likely that on one of the days that Ito was in the exhibition space, that Ito and Momo copulated through a hole in the partition wall.
Oh, my God.
That's what they come up with. Because they said it was no other way. But then they did discover there was a hole in one of those partitions that's supposed to keep them separate. And these 2 figured out, well, you can hit it through the hole, and Ito hit it through the hole, and Momo got pregnant.
So, Momo.
Life found a way, but just know that partition wall has been replaced.
Wow.
The one with the hole in it.
No more pregnancies through that way.
No more hitting it through the hole.
All righty, I heard that.
That's my weird news. All right. Over to you, Ketel. What's your weird news?
Let's see. Retired woman puts up warning sign outside of home. A retired woman has resorted to putting up warning signs outside her home after becoming fed up with men mistakenly thinking it was a brothel. Elaine White, 66, says that scores of men have been knocking at the door of her Plano, Texas home for over a year, asking for women named Nikki, Kelly, and Rhonda. She believes they may have fallen victim to an online scam, which lists her address as a meeting place for sexual activities. Elaine estimates that around 25 men have so far shown up in the mistaken belief they were visiting a brothel, with one of those making a 450-mile trip. What? From Laredo. She said, I'm frustrated, I'm irritated, and I'm beyond done, she told NBC5. How can a grown man go to a house in a neighborhood thinking they're going to get sex? As many hookers and prostitutes there are, go get one. Leave me alone. I'm not here for that. Elaine added that the men were a wide range of ages, with some even showing up with beer. Elaine installed a Ring video doorbell camera to record them and has submitted footage to the police, as well as putting up signs warning those who approach that she is armed. In one of the video clips, the man tells her that he is looking for a woman named Rhonda, to which he asks, for drugs or for sex. He responded, second one. Ooh.
These people are something, and they just keep coming to her house.
Yep, they looking for Nikki, Kelly, or Rhonda. So yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They might have the address off, like maybe, but the address might be off one number or something. Who knows? So I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I think it really existed there, and that person is trying to act like,
I wonder, did she recently
the person
move
live there
there
now is playing dumb. Either recently moved there or trying to, go.
No, it doesn't say. But like she said, it's in a residential area. So,
that
why
doesn't
would
mean
you think?
anything.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
People do that stuff
know.
right in the middle of the, a place where you wouldn't think stuff is going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Some of those Asian massage parlors is a place you wouldn't even. They sit right there in the middle of a suburban neighborhood.
Wow.
Well, she got something for them, so they want to keep coming.
So
she got something for
She
them.
said she's armed. That's right, because the Plano, that's in Texas, right?
Oh, yeah, they don't play. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all keep coming up to her door. Looking for those 3 women. All right, Poppa DD, what's your weird news?
This is about a burglar. This is crazy. This happened in Seattle, Washington. A burglar breaks into a woman's home and takes a bath with his clothes on. So it says the burglar was found fully dressed, soaking in a bathtub of a Seattle home he broke into Friday night, cops said. The female homeowner, she returned to her home to find that the window had been smashed, and then spotted the prowler lurking inside. So she stayed outside and called the cops. When the cops showed up, they eventually searched the home and discovered and identified a closed suspect soaking in a bubble bath. Okay. Now, this joker didn't even bother to take off his clothes. I guess he felt like he was in a hurry, but he probably been out there doing his thing and hustling. He said, damn, I get time to take me a damn warm bath.
But with your clothes on?
Yeah, because he had to make a run, I guess, but...
Yeah.
So they said the burglar gained interest to the home by smashing the window, the cops said. The man was fully clothed but very wet, and the bathtub was full of water, police said in a statement. 27-year-old intruder was charged with residential burglary. Police said that he did not come clean about why he broke into and took a bizarre bath, so they're still trying to figure that out.
Yeah, he sounded like he's a little touched.
Well, it sounded like he was a little dirty. He wanted to wash up a little bit. And
yeah, but with your clothes on?
Well, he knew he was on the run, so.
Oh, maybe he was trying to wash his clothes and him at the
Yeah, probably so.
Okay, there you go. He said, I'm going to get a 2 for 1. All right. Go figure. All right, well, that wraps up the weird news. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with, I'm just saying.
Would you?
Yeah, I had to check. Make sure that's the case. But, yeah, we're going to do that on the other side of the break. Happy Black History Month, and you're listening to the Pajama Party Show. We'll be right back. This is Redwine, and you're listening to WPJP Blog Talk Radio Pajama Party. Check out my commentary. I like to call it I'm Just Saying, because sometimes I am just saying. It's just my opinion. It's what I think. Hey, you don't have to agree, but if you disagree, call us up. 914-803-4306. Hey, don't forget, they can catch us on Twitter also, at apajamaparty.com, too. What's the number, Papa?
914-803-4306. I don't know how I got in the studio. Redwine came in here by himself, and me and Ketel just happened to come here and catch her stealing the airtime. As usual.
You know, I was trying to do my own promo, and y'all just happened to show up again.
Can y'all tell me what time?
Oh, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. No, that's wrong.
And 6 o'clock Western Time. West Coast Time.
Right,
okay?
Right. Either way.
So if you're in California, call us at 6 p.m., 7 o'clock if you're hanging out in Colorado somewhere.
7 o'clock, that's Central Time. See, now we got it all.
7 o'clock if you're in...
okay, it's 9 o'clock Eastern. Y'all do your math. Figure out where you are. Check your watch. 9 o'clock Eastern.
Right, okay.
Check us out.
9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9:15 CP time, right?
Yep, that's right.
CP time 9:15.
There you go.
All right.
All right, bartender.
Is that it?
Hey.
Bartender.
Hey, is that Mr. Lowe?
Hey, come on, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Bartender.
I was trying to jiggle my ice in my glass, but it melted.
Oh, jiggle.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party One. Here's Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, you ready to do your thing, Redwine?
Oh, yes. Born ready.
All right, let's go with Redwine with, I'm just saying.
Okay, so the court system, but this one in particular, is clearly tripping. Now, here's a logical question for y'all. If a person has a restraining order against them for domestic violence, does it make sense that they should be allowed to legally have a gun? I think any clear-headed person would say, absolutely freaking not. But apparently the 5th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals disagrees. They decided this week that stopping people who have been proven to be violent in the situations of domestic violence to the point where somebody has had to put a protective order against them, that these people should be allowed to have guns, because they say if you prevent them from having guns, you're infringing on their Second Amendment right, and that's not constitutional. And I'm just trying to understand, but if the person, in a situation of domestic violence, that is the last person who should be having a gun. I'm just saying, clearly the courts are tripping. How can you say it's unconstitutional to stop violent people from arming themselves? So I guess allowing them to keep their Second Amendment rights and potentially use the gun to kill somebody, particularly the person who filed the protective order against them, I guess that's constitutional? This stuff isn't making sense. I think the Second Amendment has got people all twisted in the head. I mean, it's one thing to be a responsible gun owner. It's another thing altogether different when you have threatened somebody's life and then the law says that you have a right, based on the Second Amendment, to go out and get a gun. Own a gun, have a gun. I'm just saying, the courts are tripping. The court's opinion was written by Judge Corey Todd Wilson, who was appointed by 45 Trump. He was joined in this opinion by a Reagan appointee, Judge Edith Jones, and another judge named James Ho, who was also appointed by Trump. And all of them concurred on this legal opinion that these people, people who are violent offenders should be allowed, based on the Second Amendment, to have their guns. All I know is that these judges better hope that not one of their daughters or any other relatives in their family end up having to pay the ultimate price for this kind of biased and ignorant decision. If people would just put more value on life than they do on guns, we might be in a better place in this country. But it seems that the gun manufacturers have got America by the balls, locked, loaded. They just can't seem to see past the gun barrel, and I just don't understand it. I'm all for protecting people's rights, but not when it infringes on other people's rights to live, to have peace of mind, and safety. How you going to say, well, I got a right to have a gun, even if I threaten that I'm going to kill you, and now I put a protective order against you, and the court says, oh, you have a Second Amendment right to go out and buy all the guns you want. How is that supposed to make any kind of sense? It doesn't. So if domestically violent people are going to be protected under the law and they can be strapped, I guess we'll all eventually end up carrying sidearms until we all just extinguish one another. I guess that's what they ultimately want to see happen. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, the courts are tripping. It seems like somebody might be greasing their palms. Could it be the gun manufacturers, the gun lobbyists? I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, those laws are very interesting.
That's some twisted stuff.
Yeah, it goes for some, don't go with the others, and they oversee. They come down hard on other people, and it's just like I said, it's all kind of crimes carry different stuff. You know, I mean, if you're a sex offender, you ain't got shit coming. You know.
Yeah.
So.
But when it comes to this whole gun thing, it's like all bets are off. Everybody gets a gun. It's like Oprah giving out cars.
Yep.
You get a gun. You get a gun. You want to? You get 2 guns. I'm like, wait a minute. If you in these domestic violence cases, you have, and it's not always men. Women can be domestically violent too. I'm saying if you put your hands on somebody, choke them, hit them, throw things, you know, just doing things to threaten somebody's physical body. And then the court says, oh, well, it's unconstitutional for us to say you can't buy a gun. So we're going to back off of that. Go on and get your gun. Man, all right, I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. All right, over to you, Poppa DD. Living for the city. What's happening in the city?
Well, so I want to speak on here. This is something that takes me back to my working days. What I noticed when I spoke on this old supervisor of mine was a black man, superintendent. The one thing I noticed about him, or didn't notice about him, is that we sat in the office and there was the majority of black folks in the office. But this man, who's a black man, superintendent of our department, never brought anything in our office that had to do with black history. You know? He had his tongue so far up white folks' ass on that job that, you know, I think as a superintendent, you should at least sit down and talk to your troops about something. I mean, they got some calendars, not calendars, some little posters, you know, little small posters that got Frederick Douglass, all the usual suspects, you know, Martin Luther King and Barack Obama and Muhammad Ali and whatever you want to do, Jim Brown or Kareem Abdul. Like, they got little posters with a little bio on them, and you can just put some thumbtacks on the wall for a mere 28 damn days and take it off the wall. But not just where I used to work, but jobs out there aren't mentioning black history. And bosses of who are supervising people on the floor, they're not even bringing that shit up. Especially if it's a Caucasian boss. They're not bringing none of that up. And nobody gets a chance to bring in anything. I mean, Black History Month is becoming to the point where it's almost like Halloween. It's almost like Christmas. It's almost like, you know, it has this time frame, you know? 28 straight days of, you see the TV now throwing out Black History facts and all that and this and that, you know, and they just keeping it moving. They advertise that. But come the 1st of March, it just cuts off like you're cutting off the damn water fountain. But that's cool. If I can lay some Black History stuff, everybody in the office can learn from that. From a little, you know, little posters got the picture and a little bio of who they are and what they are. Mm-hmm. Whether he was Matthew Henson and discovered the North Pole or whatever, whoever did what. You know, because that, you know, the 1st of March, like I said, nobody's going to give a shit. And you can wrap it up. You can wrap it up the day before to show people that you're abiding by, you know. But it seemed like every place has the, what do you call that thing with the lights? The menorah that the Jewish people have. The
menorah.
Yeah, the menorah or whatever. Yeah. That's everywhere. You know, every Christmas, that's everywhere. And it's just amazing that black people can't, like, you know, speak their mind. Even when you got black bosses, they just don't want to. I don't know why the fuck we so scared. I just don't get it. You go on the job and there's nothing in. You got all these black folks sitting behind podiums and stuff, and you can't just like put it on the wall for a minute. I mean, nobody's going to deny you doing it, especially if it's something that's humble and popular. And you know, I mean, they usually just hang up the usual suspects. You know, you don't see no shit where we can learn from somebody new. You know, it's Dr. King and Barack and yada, 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 yada. You know what I mean? The usual suspects. But nowadays, people don't even put it out on their job. At banks and stuff like that. It's that they're so used to the white rule of the boss in there that they don't want to shake up the apple cart, or nobody wants to speak up on their own blackness. So, and everybody's thinking about it. Everybody looking at that blank wall saying, damn, I wish there was a picture of fucking Frederick Douglass hanging on that goddamn wall. But nobody got the balls to put it up there. What is wrong with y'all? I don't get it. Everybody comes to work and, show people who you are. You ain't got to be radical with the shit. But it's just, man, we really got to get our finger out of our ass. I mean that sincerely. We really do. Everybody wants to be so politically correct and so quiet when deep down inside, most other races out here hate our fucking guts. They're not, when I say hate, they're envious of us in so many ways. Our rhythm, our flavor, what we do, how we dress, our ability to be calm under situations and all that. They look at everything we do. They steal all our lines, steal all our phrases, steal all of our beats, or everything, Everything that black folks have thought of and created from, I remember when white folks wouldn't even say my bad. Now fucking everybody says it. That was part of Ebonics, You would say, oh man, that's my bad. People would say, oh, I'm sorry, my fault. It used to be my fault. But then my fault turned into my bad, and that was a part of the Ebonics back then, but nobody spoke on it. Now you can't stop a white motherfucker from saying my bad. Somebody do something, you in a store, and the white, lily white-ass server at the table will knock over a water. Oh, my bad. Just off the top of her fucking head. Mm-hmm. Like it ain't shit. But her mother and grandmother wouldn't even speak on Ebonics. So, look and see where we are, and know that we have created so much stuff out here. So much. In the wake of all the performers and all the different people out here that have made up this stuff, Beyonce and, major players that have done so much for music. Everybody's doing what we do. They doing black people at Super Bowls now like it ain't shit. Nobody don't even see a country motherfucker performing at a Super Bowl. We done had Prince, we done had this one and that one, Mary J. and all the jokers that, they brought from the West Coast last year. Snoop and Dre and Eminem. Eminem, he's black, so.
Yeah, he just light skinned.
Mm-hmm. Now they got Rihanna, like it ain't nothing. Babyface gonna be there and everything else. So we're so accepted on one level, but on the other level, they're scared as hell of us and don't want us to achieve nothing. They don't want us to dig into the pot of gold, but they rather sit back and sit in a lazy boy and let us entertain their ass with, tap dancing and whatever the fuck it is we do to entertain their ass. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it alone.
Okie dokie. Well, happy Black History Month.
Yeah, 28 days.
That's all I can say.
28 days.
But you know what? That was a good one, Papa. But why do we accept it?
Yes,
why
exactly.
would we be like what's Tom Joyner? He started that 365 a year of being black, and he started the thing with the HBCUs and all that. Money. I'm gonna give you an example. Today I went into McDonald's drive-thru. They give me a piece of paper with my receipt and asking for donations for HBCU colleges. I'm like, come on, y'all. Tom Joyner started this 100 years ago.
Exactly.
So don't jump on the bandwagon now just because it's February. You don't do any other month. Why do you give it to me in January? Why won't you give it to me in March? Don't give it to me in February only.
That's how they do it.
And why don't we, as black people in the office, speak up on it? Where there's a blank wall with nothing on it. Even if they say no, you can't do it. Well, first of all, tell me why. I'm not being radical, but tell me why, and I'll take the shit down when I come in the morning of the 1st of March. I guarantee you, I will pull it, because it's becoming to a point where it's a ceremonial thing, just like New Year's, or just like when you take the damn Christmas tree down. It's almost got the same level that when it's over, it's over.
And this is informational. It's not religious.
Yes,
it's not, anything that should be offensive to anybody other than DeSantis in Florida. He would be offended, but to most people,
we can't be.
Not offensive.
Yeah, but we can't even make because when I think I spoke on it last week, and I said that DeSantis was 44 years old. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you're 44 years old, I mean, I didn't been out of fucking high school longer than this motherfucker been on Earth.
But I'm just saying,
and
if you that bold that you come out and you do the things you do, you say the things you say, then you talking like you got all this authority. But look at what you're doing with your authority. If you're gonna say dumb stuff, how about you just sit down?
Yeah, but that's what he was taught from his beginning.
Yeah, but that's not my problem.
Well, hold up, wait a minute, hold up. Let me say this here. A lot of people out here that are ignorant, they're ignorant because they're on a short loop. You ever see something on the news where you keep seeing on a loop? Oh, wow, that's that guy that fell on that ice. Oh, my God, he fell on the ice. Oh, my God. Oh, they showed this guy fall on the ice like 9 times. What I'm saying is that people like DeSantis, his father and grandfather were so stupid and ignorant that they only knew a little bit of shit. So all they taught him was a little bit of shit, but they put it in a loop. And, the grandfather taught it to the father, and then the father taught him the same old shit, but they say it's strong. 1, 2, 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And they pounce it in him. And now he's got that little bit of shit, just like Trump. Little bit of shit, but he uses it with all that white privilege, puts that behind it, and it's almost like putting all that little bit of shit in a slingshot, and they pull it back like a rubber band, they shoot it over to black people, and it's the weirdest, foulest, stupidest, unlikable stuff that has no anything, and they don't care. They say it, and they know they're going to get away with it because they got their little white allies to protect them, and that's why when you see your boy, what's his name, from Texas, Cruz says the stupidest shit out of nowhere off the top of his head, and we like, damn, why'd he say that? Because that's all he fucking knows.
But I still say to that, Poppa DD,
that's all he knows.
In this day and age of information overload, there is no excuse
they don't give a fuck about that.
To still be willfully ignorant.
That's you. Speak on your own people.
No, I'm saying in general.
How you gonna put knowledge?
It is inexcusable
how you
with
gonna,
all this information and knowledge at your fingertips.
How you gonna put knowledge and hope in white folks' heads? They like the world just the way it is.
That's just my opinion.
How you gonna put that in their head?
That is my opinion. I'm saying it doesn't make sense. It's like anybody out here now that is so ignorant to certain things, it's because you want to be.
If somebody tells
not
you...
Not because you have to be, not because that's what you were taught. All of that is like, that's what you were taught. That was your foundation.
You're talking about us now. You're not talking about them.
You have a choice to learn. Just like you choose to go left, you choose to go right. It's the same
but
with
you're talking
learning.
about us. What
I'm
we're capable of
people.
doing. But they're not people.
What are they, aliens?
Hell yeah. What the fuck do you think?
Okay.
Why would you fight an election that you lost? You just get up and do it. What would happen if the different people? Well, let me say this here. Now, let me say this here. I'm gonna get off the soapbox, but let me say this here. First of all, this is how it went. First of all, now George Foreman came out and he whooped Ken Norton's ass. And then he whooped Joe Frazier's ass. All right? Back to back. Bing, bang, boom. Then Muhammad Ali whooped his ass. Right?
Uh-huh.
After that, Larry Holmes whooped Ali's ass. Now, none of them guys that lost contested the fight. I mean, they all got their ass kicked in their own way. But when you lose, you lose.
But I'm talking about knowledge. I'm not talking about people being in denial of the fact.
That's why you're fighting the fact that you lost, because you think that with your white privilege, there's no way you should be losing. First of all, you got to understand, Donald Trump only did 4 years in the presidency, right?
All right.
How many years did Barack do?
Yeah, he did 8.
8. So Trump is what? Pissed off. That white motherfucker is like, oh, my God. Barack did 4 more years than me. I got to get back in. I got to catch his ass. That's how he's thinking. He ain't talking that, but that's how he's thinking. He needs to get that 4 years so he can match Barack. I'm telling you, think about. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Give me the bell. That's cool. Give me the bell. But
go back to your neutral corner. Go back to your neutral corner.
I'm going back to my corner. Go to your corner, Poppa.
Trump need his 4 years. I'm telling you.
All right. It's time for Ketel and the Hollywood wrap up, so we can find out what is going on.
Well, let me just say this. Give us a minute commercial, and we'll come back.
Yeah. Okay.
Y'all need a break.
Yeah, so we can fight. Let me find a good fight time commercial.
Yeah, right.
We're going to fight over the break. Poppa DD talking all this stuff.
Yeah, you're a white sympathizer.
No, I'm not no sympathizer. How you going to say they're not people? They're not people.
They are
like,
not,
what are they? They're aliens.
They're ignorant,
they
honey.
Came from a
and they ain't going to change.
We'll be back after the break.
They ain't going to change.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner and you can join us online or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One of the hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
From Squad, darling.
Have y'all calmed down yet?
No. No. I got to get some cold water now, but it's time for the...
Cut me.
Are you talking about cut?
Cut me.
Yeah, go to your corner.
Like Rocky. Cut me.
Yeah.
Cut me.
He got one eye closed now. He's trying to get that second eye closed.
Cut me.
Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Intro, Poppa DD, please.
Here we go.
All right.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
All right, it's Ketel and the Hollywood wrap-up.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to get it going on. All right. Lizzo is in the news. Lizzo, she wins the right to trademark a phrase she did on one of her albums called 100%, 100% that bitch. Okay.
She's going to trademark that?
Yep. The singer originally used the phrase in the 2017 hit Truth Hurts. And she's going to trademark that on clothing and other things as well. At first, they rejected it, but her team reapplied for it. The U.S. Patent and Trade Office denied the application at first, but later her team had appealed it, and apparently she won the right to use that. So,
all right.
I say kudos to her. All right. If you guys are a Dr. Phil fan, you might be disappointed. The axing of Dr. Phil comes when many other well-known long-running talk shows have already been falling like dominoes. Remember the Ellen DeGeneres show, Dr. Oz? He's finally gone, thank you. The Real, Wendy Williams show, and even Murray is gone. Did you guys realize that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he's gone as well. Remember Dr. Phil, he started, I'm sorry?
No, I was saying he was, Murray was on the CW network.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Later. Okay. Dr. Phil, he started back in 2002 with Oprah. You know, he was on one of Oprah's, the Dream Team, so to speak. and he fell under her Harpo Studio. You know, she got him a show, got everybody a show. Oz as well, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil. But he's not going away completely. He is looking to put his focus on prime time in the coming months and years. In 2016 to 2022, he acted as executive producer on the Bull show, the successful CBS series starring Michael Weathery. And other series, he's part of So Help Me Todd. That's on now. Is bringing in fair numbers this season. He also has more coming in 2024 as well. So just because he's leaving daytime doesn't mean he's leaving completely. So continue to look for Dr. Phil.
Okay.
Don't write him off yet.
No, not at all. I know he got stuff.
No, not yet.
He's looking at people like HUD, you know.
Hey, can I just say that it's interesting that he is not an actual doctor. I was reading that he's gone by the title Dr. Phil. He is not a licensed, certified doctor of anything. Just so you know.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, we need proof of that. We can't just from the mouth of Redwine. We don't
proof
just
by next week.
Yeah, we can. Please do. Because she's got vodka in her mouth, so we can't believe everything come out of her mouth.
I'm not going to touch that. Okay, let me finish my Hollywood and y'all can continue to fight. Bad Boys, what you going to do when Marcus Barnett and Mike Lowry come for you in part 4 of Bad Boys. Will Smith, he went on social media and he announced it. He went all the way to Martin Lawrence's house and announced that there will be a Bad Boys 4. So
that's good.
Look for that. Yeah.
I like that movie.
The franchise is pretty cool. So I think they got something going on there. Also, war season is coming up. The 54th NAACP Image Awards will broadcast live on Saturday, the 25th of February at 8 at the Pasadena Civic Center in Pasadena, California. Okay, the nominees were announced on the 12th of January, and online voting opens on the date and ends through February 12th. So if you haven't got your vote in, it's time to vote. Also, everybody knows the Oscars is coming up on Sunday, and it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be a whiteout or not. You know, a lot of folks have been complaining and a lot of controversy on the Oscars, so we're going to see what's going to happen. We got some good actors in the running. Supporting actress, of course, our girl Angela Bassett. She's a favorite to win. Also for favorite actor, Brendan Fraser. I haven't seen him in a while. He's in this movie called The Whale. Very impressive movie. They've been talking about that. So kudos to him on that, because he's a good actor. But I think he's just kind of under the radar. But we shall see. Yeah. But I'll give you guys the results next week. Also, The Game revival is on. Remember the series The Game? It's on Paramount. It's well into its second season, and Winnie Raquel Robinson and Sanchez, they want people like Michelle and Barack Obama to appear on the series. So they're calling them out. They said if we can't get them, we'll take Sasha and Malia. So they'll take the girls if they can't make it. But I have to catch up on that because I really enjoyed The Game. It was all for, 3 years, and, everybody was rallying for them to come back, so they're back on Paramount. So check it out. Michael Jackson, his nephew, will portray his nephew, Jafar, in a movie biopic about the late pop star. Lionsgate, I guess they're going to produce it. And he is the son of Jermaine Jackson. So he said he's humbled and honored to bring his uncle's story to life. Okay, pretty cool. So, Jafar. And he looks just like him. So, interesting. They got some strong genes, that family.
I was just going to say it.
Yeah.
Strong genes in that family.
Yep. Smokey Robinson has dropped a new single called If We Don't Have Each Other that you can listen to via a YouTube clip. Okay. As American songwriter reports Robinson's new album, Gams, never heard of that phrase, is set to drop on April the 28th. Okay. Wow, he hasn't had a new LP in 10 years. That's a long time. Man,
I wonder what made him want to put a new album out.
I don't know. I guess people been talking about it, I guess. I don't know. But, yeah. Interesting. Okay, let's see what's going to happen.
How old is Smokey?
He's in his 70s or 80s. I can't keep up.
No,
you got me on
late
that one.
70s, 81 at the most. 78.
Yeah, I had to look that one up. But,
wait a minute, 82.
82.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, God bless him. Jesus. All right. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's my Hollywood wrap up. I'll have more about the Oscars next week.
All righty. Thank you so much. And the Grammys.
Yeah, and the Grammys.
Got all that going on.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, Poppa DD. That takes us down to the Kiss It list. If you wouldn't mind, could you please explain to the good folks what is the world-famous Pajama Party Kiss It list?
Kiss It list is the list that's compiled of people that showed their butt over the last couple of weeks, and even tonight, for that matter, with Redwine.
Oh, don't even
saying
try
that white folks have the opportunity to get themselves better.
Put yourself on the list, Poppa DD.
And we're going to put it on the list.
Put yourself on the list.
They can just do better. Okay. After 400 years, I don't think so. Anyway.
Okay. I'm going to put Poppa DD on the list.
Let's go with your boy,
who you got?
George Santos, lying his ass off and became a congressperson.
Oh, yeah.
Only in America. That sounds like some, what's that boy's name used to promote them fighters? With the great Don King.
King, yeah.
Only in America. Only in America. Can you do that shit? Can you become a congressperson lying your ass off? Can I do it? Why don't y'all campaign for me and let me do it, since it could be done?
Hey, vote for Poppa DD.
Lie about every damn thing in my life and get up there in Congress. And then deny it, you know.
I just had to add this one. Speaking of George Santos lies, a new lie came out that he said that he was one of the producers of a failed Broadway production of that Spider-Man production on Broadway that failed so bad and lost so much money. He'd been lying, telling people, I was one of the producers. I lost all these millions of dollars in that Spider-Man Broadway production. I'm like, what do you just jump on any and everything?
He's using his pale skin, but he's not really a true Caucasian. This man has something in him like Brazilian or something like that. He's not a true Caucasian, but just go to show you, skin color is the thing. Also, Marjorie Green. Is that her name? Green?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yeah, of course. She's just, you ever see her close up? Damn, she's ugly. Phew, Lord have mercy.
Wacky.
She's a mess.
Who else you got on the list tonight?
We got, wow, so many damn people. Your boy Trump, of course.
Yeah. Ketel, what were those two guys that tried to pass that, introduce that bill or whatever
Carlos
it was?
Gonzalez and Judith Garcia.
Yeah. They're on the Kiss It list for the thing with the prison organ donation. That's
Lord.
what they're on the Kiss It list for.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that craziness.
And then, but a lot of these people are in prisons that are, what do they call those, funded prisons, or what do they call them?
Private prisons?
Private prisons, yeah. I think they had a segment of that in that show, the final chapter of, remember the guy that Nia Long was dating in that movie? That was his investments. The movie, what's that movie called? The final
Best
chapter. Best Man.
Oh.
Yeah, Nia Long's guy in that movie.
Oh,
that was his. I thought you said you saw that, Redwine.
I did, but I don't recall anything about
you
prison
must have been drunk. The guy that she was dating. That was his little gig that she found out about. Okay. She was pissed off about that he was sponsoring that stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, his name was Demetrius in the show too.
Oh, okay.
That you said you saw. Anyway, let's get off of Redwine.
Ketel, come get us.
Tennessee State Senator, his name is Frank Nicely, and State Representative Paul Sherrill, both Republicans, for introducing a bill to rename part of a street representing John Lewis Way, all right, to President Trump Boulevard, portion of the street that once ends at Martin Luther King Boulevard. So they trying to take John Lewis's name off and put Trump's name on.
They wanted to take it off of a portion of the street that's now named after John Lewis.
I tell you, they want
the part
everything
that goes right up to Martin Luther King Highway.
You know what? Let me tell you
Boulevard.
something. Like I was telling you earlier, is that these people want it, but they want to keep what they have. You know, I'm not talking about all white folks. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But the majority of you motherfuckers is off the chain. Anyway, Aramark food service vendors, okay, for serving chicken, waffles, and watermelon in honor of Black History Month to students in Nyack Middle School without notifying the school that they changed the menu to that. They later apologized for their racial insensitivity. Well, that's how you look at it. I like chicken, I like waffles, and I like watermelon, so fuck it, I ain't mad at it. Shit, it's food. As long as it was good.
You know, that's just like when they start with that monkey stuff. But anyway.
Well, I wouldn't even look at it as racist. That's somebody told me. Anyway, Colorado hospital for no longer allowing women to get their tubes tied after C-section births or otherwise. Mostly Catholic-run hospital.
Yeah, now they're saying that we're not going to do this procedure anymore. We're not going to do it. And it's like, okay, you don't want them to have abortions. Now when they want to have their tubes tied, you want to shut that down too. I mean, what do y'all want? They want the whole world to just be overpopulated with children that folks didn't want to have. And then everybody will be running around with guns. There you go. Anybody else on the kitchen?
And the fifth U.S. District Appeals Court for allowing people accused of domestic violence to legally own guns.
That's foolishness. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's very impartial because, like I said, everything from a sex offender's point of view, they don't allow them to do shit. How you gonna let domestic violence is whooping
anybody
somebody's
in
ass?
their right mind would say, well, that sounds problematic, but they don't seem to think so. Ketel, anybody else?
Nope, you covered everybody.
Is that it, Poppa DD? All right. Well, we have a special Black History gift for everybody on this week's list.
Kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel
Hello.
and Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. And it's time for the last word. What's your last word, Poppa DD?
First of all, I want to send out condolences to the family of Anthony Lowe's. He's the double amputee that the cop shot in California. Although he had stabbed somebody himself But this man was going in the other direction. He still had a knife in his hand, but he was heading in another direction, hobbling on his double amputee legs. Hobbling now. You know, this man gets a lot of practice walking like that because he was getting down the street. And they told him to stop and drop the knife and all that, but one of them, as usual, overzealous white cops pulled the trigger because they feel like black folks are a very disposable race of people, and you're supposed to just throw the vacuum over our ass and suck us up like a vacuum cleaner. But every time I see white folks that do horrendous shit, they come out with handcuffs on their ass, which I don't understand for the life of me. So, you know, let's just pull out some condolences for him in his life. You know, he's dead. And he got shot in the back, run away, waving the knife as he was running away, but he had no fucking legs. So you could have, I don't know.
I thought they said he threw the knife at the cops.
Yeah, that was what they said. I've never seen a knife come out of their hand, but I saw that bullet come out of that gun.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Anyway, my last word is just, you know, condolences with that brother. And, you know, he should have been locked up, tackled or some shit. You can get a knife out of his hand. Shit. Throw a fucking rope or something. Do a, you know, do something.
There's no way that you should not be able to
outrun somebody you should have been tasing.
Double amputee.
You could have tased his ass, you know, but nah, you gonna fucking throw it.
You could have been able to catch him.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway.
Okay.
It's just a mess.
Oh, boy.
What you got?
My last word is Black History Month should not just be another opportunity for commercialism. I got a email today from a department store. I won't mention their name. And they're all talking about it's Black History Month. Take a look at some of these products that are black owned.
Have we marked up?
Well, where were y'all about these products the other 11 months of the year? How come I have to wait till February to find out, oh, you do have black-owned products in your big department store that now you want to tell me about, and now you want me to spend my money because it's Black History Month?
Was it anything different, or was it the classic?
It was, you know, like black hair care products.
Cocoa Butter and Bonner Brothers and shit.
You know, products along that line.
Oh,
hair care products, things of this nature.
Afro Sheen, Afro
And my whole point is, you know what? Just because you're pushing it on me now in the month of February, I will not buy it now. If I want to support black-owned businesses, I do it anyway. But I am not going to do it specifically because a department store wants to tell me, oh, now get on the bandwagon. How about you kiss my grits?
Get some of this nigga shit.
That's my last word.
Anyway.
What's your last word?
Okay.
I got quite a bit tonight. You finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Do you have more to say?
Nope.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, let's stop being sensitive or shocked by what people say. Also, let's stop accepting black racism remarks. If it does not relate to you, ignore it. And also, black is 365 days, and we already know the black experience. So, everybody else just need to catch up. It ain't black. Y'all need to catch up. What's going on? So I think what you just said, Redwine, about these stores telling you different things, ignore it and let the other non-black person deal with that or run to that experience. Let them handle that.
Amen.
So that's my last word.
Amen. Thank you.
All right.
I co-sign that and agree 100%.
All right.
All right. And another shout out to Lizzo to get them she won her appeal. She's going to trademark that phrase because I'm sure people are using that phrase 24/7.
You know, but they deny a lot of black folks from doing that.
I'm sure they
do. Really do, because they want to give it to somebody else. Because one of the first person that really did it was Pat Riley, who was the owner of the Lakers. Not the owner, but he was one of the presidents of the Lakers, and now he's president of the Miami Heat. He quoted that phrase when the Lakers won a three-peat. He owns now, three-peat. 3 championships. Anyway, I want to pay homage. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Damn, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me in a second.
What were you going to say, Ketel?
Right.
While he's thinking.
I was going to ride on with Lizzo. They didn't realize that it was her, I guess, her saying that was from her album. So I guess once they found out that she was attached to it, they said, okay.
Yeah, you can't deny Lizzo.
Yeah.
He's big.
Right. So,
yeah.
So that was a plus. So that's all.
Okay. Did you think of it yet, Poppa DD?
No, I lost that thought. It was a good thought too, but I guess
I'm sorry. You want to give a shout out to somebody or something like that?
Yeah, it was something that was pretty heavy, but I lost it.
Didn't you have another condolence? I thought you said it was another condolence.
Oh, just two things. Today they consider Michael Jordan Day because it's 2323. It's the second month, third day.
Okay.
Of 2023, so they're calling it Michael Jordan Day. And also, one more thing, LeBron James. I think he only needs like 69 more points to pass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for scoring the most points in the NBA.
Oh.
So he's So start watching basketball games with the Lakers because it's going to be a big. They think he's going to do it in a couple of nights against Milwaukee Bucks. And that's one of the biggest honors you can have by scoring the most points in the National Basketball Association. Right now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar owns that, and LeBron is about to take that over. And I think he's going to retire after that. All right? And one more thing to the Ireland family in Philadelphia. My neighbors, when we go back to the street we was raised on, their funeral was Sunday in Philadelphia, just like my parents. The gentleman that passed away, he was born in 1926, around the same year that my parents was born. And they lived on the middle of the block of the street I was raised on, and their last name was Ireland. And his funeral's coming up. He was born in 1926, and he died a couple weeks ago. And his funeral's Sunday in a couple of days. So God bless the Ireland family, and all our love and sympathy and condolences to you guys.
Amen.
All right, to his wife, Evelyn, and his children, Lisa, Charles, and Kia. Those are the people I was raised with as a child.
Okay, thank you. Well, that does it for us. We're going to get on out of here. We'll find a fire to stand around and warm up on because it's about 20 degrees out there. Mm-hmm. So everybody stay warm, stay safe, and celebrate your history. Celebrate your blackness. Celebrate your ancestors. Celebrate you. That's it for us.
And the Pro Bowls this weekend. Flag football this week. They got Peyton Manning and Eli Manning coaching teams, and they're not even tackling each other. They're playing flag football like they're 12 years old. So this is what we've been reduced to. But that's this weekend, and next weekend my Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
Well,
How about that?
Next week.
We'll talk about that next.
All right, say good night, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody. Go Eagles.
And this is Redwine saying good night. Say good night, Ketel.
Good night, 365 Black.
There it is. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. We'll do it again next week. Happy Black History. We're out.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party Crew.